Hi guys, it's me, Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel again. I think this is like the fourth video I've done today, but I'm a little backlogged on making videos for journals. Um, and I know I've said this time and time again, I love creating, um, but all the other stuff that comes with it, not such a big fan. But every once in a while, I do get in the mood where I'm like, okay, I'm going to list some journals today. So here I am again, listing another journal. Now this one is relatively just a bit bigger than a traveler's notebook size. It measures 4.5 by 8.5. So I think it's just a tad bit wider. But other than that, it's kind of following the same measurements pretty much. So this one I've called Letters. Now, it's unlike any journal that I've ever made before. It's filled, well, I shouldn't say filled, but it does contain lots of actual vintage letters. Now, I did find this paper in my stash, and I thought it was perfect because it's like a little postcard, letters. But I left the cover I didn't decorate it. I did add some trim just to give it a little, something or other. And then there's the back, all very plain. But, and oh, also has the 4 metal corners. Let me show you what's on the inside. Now, I don't know if you can see this little like blue edge. You must be wondering, oh, Aaliyah, why don't you just cut that off? No, 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 no. Let me show you why. Look what the inside cover is actually made out of. This is a vintage letter. You see it? See on that side and that side? And this is from I think 55 or 56. I'm not sure if you can see that right there, but it is vintage, and it looks like it went to Miss maybe Alice Dickinson from New Jersey, and it was sent by airmail, and this was the airmail envelope. And basically the envelope, when you open it up, it's the letter. So it is so super cool. And I said, I need to do something with inside and this. And so this is what I came up with. And I think it's very different than I've ever done before. So this is a real vintage letter that I used to cover the inside of the journal. So in this, the first page here is just a little flip up where you can write some stuff there. And then in the pocket, this is not vintage. This and these are like Tim Holtz ephemera pieces, but I thought it appropriate, for this journal. We just have a vintage playing card there. Now, this is a vintage letter, and this is from 1942, and it was going to Santa Ana, California from, I think it's Private First Class Walter L. Hart. And it looks like he was in Fort something, Oklahoma, maybe. I don't know what's in Oklahoma, actually. Not sure. But yes, and I left the letter inside. There it is. So this is the letter that came from this envelope. So that is, like, I think super, super cool. All right, so moving on. Then I had a bunch of letters that didn't have envelopes, and I never really knew what to do with them. I just thought it was a really cool piece of history. This is Monday, June 10th, 1946. So I used it as a page in the journal. And there's some vintage music paper. Some coffee dyed paper. There's so places where you can journal. So here is also what this type of letter looks like. So this one, and I didn't cut it down. I left all the edges the way they were. I just folded it over just to, be able to put it in. But see, the letter is on the inside of the envelope. And I think because it's airmail, they like to make it as light as possible. Now here's a little pocket that I made. So on the inside, just have another vintage playing card and another Tim Holtz piece that you can use to write on the back with. And I just added a little stamp there. That's not vintage, but, you know, I thought it'd be fun. So here's another letter. This is February 18th, 1946. And again, I used it as a page in the journal, which I loved adding stuff that I normally wouldn't add. Like, I would never add a page like this, ever. But I thought, you know, I want to do something a little outside the box. So that's what I came up with. So here's another little flip down there. Then we have just a little decoration there. Vintage playing card. Tim Holtz ephemera piece. And then another letter. So this one is October 2nd, 1942. And it's Dear Mother. And you can read that. And it's see you in November, I hope. So I didn't read this. I mean, I really should, but this is just a little piece of history right there. And I just think that is just so cool. So another vintage music sheet, and making sure I'm in frame. Good, I am. Place to journal. And now this one, what I did, let me take this out. And let me take this out. This is the front of an envelope, and then I just backed it onto some cardstock just to give it a little like sturdiness. And this is October 3rd, 1942, and then I turned it into a tuck spot. So here is another letter. This one is Wednesday, June 1st, 1946. And that letter is like that. So that is pretty neat. And then this is not vintage. It's it's like a printout, but it's of a vintage I don't know, receipt or some sort of invoice or something like that. And then that just tucks right up in there. Here is the middle, and life is a grand adventure. Go live it. Now here's the back side of that previous envelope that I also backed onto the cardstock just to make it sturdy. And these have another letter and another place to journal. Oops. Okay. Vintage music. So there's a lot of vintageness in here, like actual vintage pieces, from paper to the letters to the music sheets. So it's really nice. And now this is not vintage. These are Tim Holtz. And then this is a library or card catalog, library card catalog thing. Here's some coffee dyed paper. The other half of the other letter. Again, some little journaling, journaling card pieces in there. Places to journal. Another, oh, this is the other side of the airmail letter. Coffee dyed paper. Little flip out the other side of the other letter. Here's another little flip. Did a little collaging there. And in here we have the card catalog card. Another letter. And all the letters and all the envelopes are vintage. So super cool. And then a little playing card and a little Tim Holtz ephemera piece. And then here's the back side, or the bottom side of the envelope. And then I also just used some of this too, because it wasn't long enough, just to kind of wrap it around. So that is the little junk journal that's pretty much a traveler's notebook size, just a little bit wider, just a tad bit wider, literally. And I'm calling it Letters. So it is available in my Etsy if you are interested. I will leave a link to this journal in the description box below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.